What up, guys? Let me make sure this is working. I was just live in my group, so every time that I go live after, I'm always like, shit, am I in the right place? Let's make sure. So I wanted to talk really quick about the foundation. So this is a big thing right now. I just wrote about it. I just wrote a blog post I'm going to share shortly, so you guys will see that. One of the things that I talk about the most, especially with my clients, is the foundation and how building a solid foundation is huge. And like I posted a quote this morning about, there's no such thing as like an overnight celebrity, right? There's no such thing as an overnight success. And if there is, and if that does occasionally happen, it is the exception to the rule, and it is usually very short-lived unless they put in some solid work to create a foundation that's sustainable. One of the things that I believe is true is that when you are able to create a solid foundation within yourself, like this isn't even within your business, this is within you as a human being and how you operate. When you're able to create that solid foundation of truth, integrity, compassion, understanding, being present, being intentional, showing up every day and doing your best. When you can create that foundation within yourself, everything changes. Everything is different. That is sustainable. That is what lasts through no matter what comes at you, no matter what may be thrown at you, no matter what storms you may have to weather. I mean, realistically, like I'm going to be sharing this blog post that I wrote, but like the truth of the matter is, you guys, is like, it is no fucking secret that the last 9 to 10 months of my life has been a little turmoil, I can't even talk. There's been a lot of turmoil. There's been a lot of shifts and changes and crazy things that have happened. And, not to brag on myself, but I've handled it like a fucking champ, and it's been amazing. It's been beautiful. I'm a completely different person than I was, and it was just like gorgeous the way it all transpired. The universe had a really beautiful plan for me, and it's played it out, and I had to deal with some shit, in the process, and shed a lot of stuff, but like, dude, talk about living, breathing proof that like my foundation internally, in my physical body, in my business, in my brand that I had created was so fucking worth it, you guys. And it still is. And I'm so grateful. Like, I can't even express to you how fucking grateful I am for having that foundation and having built that foundation. Like, I always knew it was important. I always knew that it was important that I was grounded in those values, that I showed up and I was authentic in the real sense of the word. But I was in integrity, and that I did the fucking work, and I made the connections, and I took care of myself, and I did all the mindset work, and I did all those things. You guys, none of this would still be standing if I didn't have that. That's why I believe I've been, was chosen or whatever for all this stuff to happen to me and for me to go through that, is because it was time. I had created a sustainable foundation of beautiful things that could weather a storm. Do I believe everyone needs to struggle? No. I would love to think that that's not necessary and that we don't all have to do that. Do I think it happens? Yes. Do I think it happens with purpose? Absolutely. And it happens, and you deal with it, and it either rips you to fucking shreds and you rebuild, or you stand like those trees, right? Those trees that you see in like North or South Carolina or down in the Gulf that have been through Hurricane Katrina and all of these massive storms, but they're still fucking standing. Sure, during the storm, it was just like, why is this happening to me? Like, are you kidding? Am I going to make it? I don't know if I'm going to make it. But the truth of the matter is their roots and their foundation are so fucking solid that of course they're going to make it. They're fine. They're thriving still throughout all of it. So building that foundation and making that your priority, not all this tedious, like, oh my God, I got to be so great and so cool and do all the things and keep up with the Joneses and try to do all this shit. Like, dude, that's not going to serve you in the long run. What serves you in the long run is looking inward, building what works for you physically, mentally, spiritually, in your business, in your life, in your families. Like, building that sustainability and that foundation is number one focus. It should be your driving force, honestly. Even if money is your driving force, or legacy is your driving force, or freedom is your driving force, whatever the choice is, whatever that is that drives you to be better, make more money, do all of those things. The bottom line of that is, if you do not have a solid foundation, you will not build those things. End of story. Because if you don't have a solid foundation, what happens when the storm comes? What happens when something doesn't go the way you thought it was going to? You fucking fall down. You get washed away. How many people do you know who come out big and strong and heavy with a business plan, or they're all over the internet, and they're real big and blah, 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 and then you don't hear from them anymore? Something happens and they disappear, right? Or they've been lying and they're uncovered, or whatever it may be. They didn't build that foundation. They were focusing on the unimportant things instead of the foundational, strong, like the bones of it all. So I just wanted to go live really quickly and share that with you. It's been on my head. It's been on my heart. I've got a lot of shit coming out here shortly, here soon. I'm going to actually go live later tonight to talk more about the series that I have that's starting next week. So stay tuned for that. And I also am writing a blog post about how using the 4 agreements has allowed me, the 4 agreements, has allowed me to handle anxiety in like a really different and cool way. So anyways, that's all. Stay tuned, you guys. Love you. Have a great afternoon. As always, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you think this would be beneficial for anyone else, please share it with them. I appreciate you. That is the biggest way that you can support anyone that you see that runs a business on the internet or has this type of brand. One of the biggest things you can do is comment, like, share. We can't pay for that. And it's very much appreciated when you do that small gesture. So thank you. And I'll talk to you guys soon.